Hi, welcome to part 7. We're in the first library now, which is right at the top of the house, and in fact it's my favourite room in the whole house. We think originally it was a schoolroom, which you can see is depicted here in this interesting scene above the fireplace. But by the mid-1700s it had certainly been transformed into a library. And it was all down to this man here in the portrait, the 5th Earl of Traquair. As a young man, he travelled very widely throughout Europe, and we think that he had the inspiration for a library like this when he was travelling in France or in Italy. What's really ingenious about it is its catalogue system, and I'm going to try and show you how this works. So above the bookshelves you can see paintings of all the great Greek philosophers and writers that go right around the room. You have Pythagoras, Aristotle, Plato and so on. And each philosopher will correspond to a section of the bookshelf. So for example, underneath Aristotle you can see that all the books have Aris on the spine. If your reference was 536, for example, you would look under Aristotle, you would look at the shelf number which you can see at the door, and then you would count 36 books along that shelf. And here it is. And in fact, this book is The Life and Adventures of Robinson Crusoe from 1777. And to find the book you were actually looking for, you could refer to these two wonderful handwritten catalogues. This one is by shelf reference with the publication dates here, and the other one is by alphabetical order. So there are around 3,500 books in this library, covering a huge range of subjects, from history to philosophy, but because it was a family library, they were also collecting books that they were really interested in. So there's books on gardening, agricultural improvements, and even the art of brewing. And to complete your reading experience in the library, there is a very comfortable way of reading a book. This is our 18th century reading chair. And on the table we have two wonderful globes, a celestial globe and a terrestrial globe, purchased in 1704, and the terrestrial globe obviously recovered as they discovered new countries. So the cover that is on it now dates from around 1826. We hope you've enjoyed this rare insight into the Traquair library, and in our next episode we're going to be travelling along the top floor right to the end, where we find the priest's room, and we'll be looking possibly at the priest's secret escape route.